Everybody, Dr. Albert Snow here, Holistic Gastroenterologist. I've been fixing inflammatory bowel conditions as in healing for 40 years, one colon at a time. How come you haven't heard of me? Oh, it's because I've been in the trenches. I haven't been running around trying to be famous. I'm doing a podcast now and YouTube live stream for one purpose. My goal is to wipe out the suffering from inflammatory bowel conditions on this planet within my lifetime. It can be done because I do it every day, one at a time, and through the podcast, leveraging technology, reach more people, and I have information that you haven't ever heard before. That's why I haven't been healed. So here I am. This is a series called Quick Hitters. Quick Hitters means I might take 2 or 3 questions I've gotten through the course of the day that I thought were interesting, and give a little 30-second blurb on it. People don't want to listen to 10 minutes of junk. They want quick hitters. So here we go. A couple questions. Should you get a fecal test done? Well, that's the Calprotectin. Yeah, we want a before and after. You see, it's actually one of the lowest, one of the easiest tests to improve upon, lower that score. Calprotectin measures the amount of inflammation you have in your bowel and your stool, and actually part of what contributes to that score is any inflammation in your body, but primarily on the GI tract. And so when you go in there and you have an inflammatory bowel condition, you might be like at 800 or something. Of course, that's very high. Well, after just, say, 90 days of my treatment, you'll be down to like 60, 40, and we keep going every few months, you have another test. It'll get down to within the range. Some of these labs have a score of like under 10 maybe, and you come in as an 8. That happens all the time. That's one of the easiest ones to influence, and it's impressive to you, to me, to the doctor, and it shows that, hey, something we're doing here is working. So you're on some kind of a medication, you're steady, your Calprotectin level is steady, and then we come in with some new stuff, my protocol, and all of a sudden it drops even further. That means something good had to have happened. And what did we do? We started Dr. Snow's protocol. Doctor's going to try to take credit for it. Think about this. It was steady on, say, anything. Name a drug, mesalamine, okay? And then it was coming in at, say, 30. Okay, that's not bad. But we know it's a drug, so nothing's healed. We come in with my GI Cure, right? Boom. We start actually feeding the tissue behind the scenes. So you've got this inflamed tissue, layer of skin on the surface of your bowel. Well, we're feeding the tissue so that, number one, we're putting the mucosal lining back in like a layer of Vaseline that protects that tissue. Number two, and I should say protects it from what? From our own stomach acids. So if you don't have any protection, you're going to have a lot of inflammation. Stomach acid is going to be eating holes in your gut. Calprotectin level is going to be sky high. Okay, we start building not only the mucosal lining, it looks like Vaseline, but also rebuilding the skin, fat, and muscle that has been eroded deep enough to hit a nerve or a blood vessel. That's how you get diarrhea. Okay, that's how you have high levels of Calprotectin. What do? We start building up that skin, fat, and muscle by taking nutrients, supplements that contain the exact constituents of what skin is made out of, fat, muscle is made out of. This is not a challenge. It happens every time. So why do we want to test? We might not use the medical therapy that they have. We might, but we might not. But we want to have a before and after picture. We want to impress them through their technology. You see, they don't care about anybody else's technology. They did the test, they're going to interpret it. Okay, that's good. That's good for all of us, right? Because when it goes down, they're going to say, what? And, of course, they're going to say it's their stuff. They'll take credit for it. On one hand, they'll tell you, hey, nothing can be done. You can't improve upon this condition. Just go on the drug, and then under their breath they're saying, yeah, wait for the day you need surgery. So here we are. We come along with their own tests, their own Calprotectin test, and they'll say, we've heard of people actually saying, doctors saying, you know what, it can't be that good in just 90 days. Go give us another sample. Okay? Here's what we do. We take natural herbs that will rebuild the skin, fat, and muscle, put in the mucosal lining. The acid no longer has access to the tissue because they're eating a hole or an ulcer into the tissue. Now you're like Humpty Dumpty, put it all back together again, and we don't have to worry if the doctor wants to take credit for it. All we need to say is hallelujah. Okay, another question. Let's see what else they're going to ask me. Oh, I got so many good ones here. Let's pick one before we waste anybody's time. Let's go. Can you have lemon in your water? Well, I've talked about this, is that people use apple cider vinegar. What a terrible choice. You have an inflammatory bowel, or esophagus is burning. And what it really is your own stomach acids eating away at the flesh, because there's no mucosal lining blocking the stomach acids. And now you're going to take more acid, apple cider vinegar. This question was about lemon juice. Well, lemon juice is quite acidic, not nearly as bad as apple cider vinegar. But remember this, my friends. People are trying to tell you you have too little acid. Let's throw some apple cider vinegar in there. Oh, my God. What bullshit. You don't have too much acid. You have too little protective coating, mucosal lining. Now the acid has access to the esophagus, stomach, the bowel. So when we talk about putting lemon juice in there, do we really want to contribute to acidity? We don't have to go around balancing our acid, alkaline, all that. It's just that when it comes down to the practicality of, well, it's going to drink some apple cider vinegar, maybe I shouldn't. And in that case, maybe I shouldn't have the lemon juice in my water. You will soon, once we rebuild your mucosal lining. So if you can live without it for 90 days or so, then you're going to heal. But this perpetually having a problem and needing to be on the medication is because you aren't behind the scenes doing the repair job. We're behind the scenes doing the repair job. That's why we get healed. So that's my little quick hitter for today. Now that I'm on the job, I have a list here that I have to meet the list, the demands of the list. Just seeing real quick if there's something else that's short that should go on there. Well, this one fits with the theme. What about ibuprofen? Can I take that? No, not now, because that's acidic. You can take Tylenol, but you can't use ibuprofen or those ones like it because they're acidic. Remember, it's not the pill, it's a lack of mucosal lining that will allow the acid. So you take some type of aspirin product. It doesn't release any kind of acids. It's acidic itself. So it's sitting there in the gut, and if you don't have protective mucosal lining, it's going to lean up against the gut, and by nature, the way it works, it's going to eat a hole through the fender. Would they make fenders anymore? It's going to eat a hole again through something, desktop, because it's very strong acids. So what you need to know is that if you're going to put something acidic in your body for a therapeutic reason, and you're hesitant about it, or there's some price that you paid, it's got to be, the reason has got to be you didn't do the preparation work. You can have lemon juice after you replace your mucosal lining, but not before. And you can have ibuprofen. Once you have built up your mucosal lining, you could eat all the ibuprofen you want, because there's no way that it's going to find a little leak and go in and start eating holes in your bowel if you replace, or stomach, if you replace the mucosal lining and done it properly. So we squeezed in a couple things there. That's my quick hitters for today. Thank you.